The summer is over, and how was it for you? Did you go to the beach with your friends? Or maybe go to an amusement park? In reality, I know what you did. You stayed inside to beat the heat and watch the absolutely stacked seasonal anime of summer 2025. From looking ahead, this summer was stacked. From sequels to originals to the crazy movies we got. There's a lot of anime to talk about. As always, the timestamps will be in the description. Now let's get into the first anime.
Huh?
First anime is Dandadan Season 2. It has continued being a great show, from the animation to the dialogue, and the characters are just so lovable, especially some of the side ones. I really like the first arc of the season with Evil Eye, because it took its time with it and we really got to understand him. I love seeing the lore of it and it was done really well. This series is great and you should absolutely be watching it. Dandadan is one of those shows where I feel like it's pretty mainstream, but not as mainstream as something like Dragon Ball, Naruto, or even Demon Slayer. It's a great season and I like it better than the first one, and I hope it can continue its trajectory. Next is Demon Slayer the movie, Infinity Castle. This was extremely hyped up. From premiering first in Japan, it was smashing box office records, and I couldn't wait for it to come to the States. I saw it this past weekend, and I thought the movie was fantastic. Seeing the visuals on the big screen, it blew me away. Some of the action scenes went absolutely insane, and I'm glad they did it in this movie format. I know there were some complaints about it with the flashbacks, but I didn't care. I thought it added more to it. I do like it more than Mugen Train, but they are both fantastic. This is a must-watch if you are a Demon Slayer fan, but even if you're not, I feel like people who've never seen Demon Slayer could still enjoy their time watching it. I highly recommend seeing it in theaters if you can. Next is Takopi's Original Sin. This will probably be anime of the year for most anime fans. The best experience of this anime is to go into it blind, and I don't want to spoil anything. I went into it blind, I didn't know what to expect, and what a roller coaster of emotion this anime was. After the first episode, it really was a what the fuck moment. I'm sure most people had the same experience I did, and it really was fantastic. I love the characters, they are extremely flawed, and their actions make sense because of what they've been through or what they're currently going through. I love Takopi so much, I need a plushie of him. This is definitely one of my favorite animes of this year, and I highly recommend you watch it. Trust me, go into it blind, just go watch it.
すみません。実家にいるとき姉の前でも着替えてたのでつい。そうなんだ。あまねくんが気にしないならどうぞ続けて。鈴鹿さん。
Next is My Dress Up Darling Season 2. I was a fan of the manga, and I definitely like Season 2 more than Season 1. It continues from Season 1, but our characters are already established, and Gojo is slowly building up his confidence. The relationship between him and Marin are slowly coming together, but it's one of those animes where they won't get together until near the end. It does a great job with the cosplay and otaku culture, and who doesn't love seeing cute girls going crazy over some cross-dressers? If you like Season 1, you'll like Season 2, and they really improved the animation with this season. Not saying Season 1 was bad, but it got even better with Season 2. It's an enjoyable romance anime, but sometimes our characters can be stupid. Next is The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. This is the best romance anime of the year. You know what? This might be the best romance anime of all time. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it's definitely at least top 10. It has that Romeo and Juliet similarity, where our main characters go to neighboring schools that hate each other, but they find a way to come together and be friends, and maybe even something more. The romance is slowly building up throughout the season, and we actually see some progress with it. Our characters Rintaro and Karuko, they act their age of experiencing their first love. What this romance does well is that it takes away a lot of the BS. The love triangles, any misunderstandings, gets cleared up by just them talking to each other. They overthink with texting and calling each other. It screams high school romance of what teenagers these age actually go through. And it really captures the ups and downs of love. Love is weird, and it shows it in here. I also like at the end, they show a manga panel from the episode. This is a top tier romance anime, and Karuko has to be best girl of the year. Next is Gachiakuta. This anime is garbage. No, literally, this anime is garbage. Our main character Rudo gets banished to the pit from regular show and has to survive in this completely unknown world to him. The trash that's being dumped here, Rudo is trying to make his way back up, but in order to do that, he has to join these cleaners, hone his ability, and kill some trash monsters and people along the way. This anime was pretty hyped coming into summer, and I'm really enjoying it. I really like the art style, and the music just slaps. The heavy metal at some moments, it really sets the tone for the anime. It does have some goofy, lighthearted moments sprinkled in, but when it's time to get serious, they are holding nothing back. The show is 24 episodes, so it's really taking its time to build up the world and our characters, and there's a lot of them, so we can't get attached too much. The fight scenes are well done, and I can't wait to see more of these powers from the characters. It's a pretty good shonen anime that I will recommend.
そもそもこの部屋が散らかって困るのは君なんだから、君が片付けるべきではないか。僕に押し付けるんじゃない。
そうか、ならお言葉に甘えてやれ。よっ。
勝手に触るな。自分でやれか。
Next is Kaiju No. 8 Season 2. I really like the first season, and with the second season, it's still a good season, but it doesn't compare to Season 1. I'm still enjoying it, but the main problems with this one, there's a lack of progression with the characters and story. I see the vision with Kaiju No. 8, our characters are going to get stronger, and the future Kaiju will be something to see. But it feels like with this season, it's a transition season, where it's setting up a future bigger plot that our characters will need to train for, and this will be the season to do it. This season, there's just something missing. The action scenes are so great, we get to see some more characters and different abilities, and I want more for it. And I feel like with the next season, the hype train for Kaiju No. 8 will be at an all-time high. I'm still a fan of the series, but season 2, there's more to be desired. Next is the Summer Hikaru died. This anime is pretty interesting. It's a slow burn horror mystery anime with supernatural aspects to it. As you can guess from the title, Hikaru died, and his best friend Yoshiki is pretty distraught. But Hikaru returned from the mountains with no memory of what happened. Yoshiki is suspicious and reveals to him, I know you're not the real one. This Hikaru's fake. It's some type of monster that's just trying to survive. This anime is fascinating to me because there's enough emotional baggage for our characters to go through of the trauma of losing your best friend, and can Yoshiki really accept this fake Hikaru? There's also the side plot of the village that they live in. They ward off these monsters with these rituals, and of course there's a monster hunter. This anime isn't scary as like jump scares or supernatural trying to kill our characters. There's some scenes with the monsters that just makes your skin crawl, and it's eerie. To be honest, sometimes it was hard to watch because I felt so uncomfortable. The plots are slowly coming together, and I'm excited to see what happens next. There was a turnoff in the series for some anime fans because it's low-key a boy love story. From the first couple episodes, it seems like our characters are just best friends, but with every continuing episode, it's a little yaoi. I don't really mind it because everything else is done so well, but even I wasn't expecting that. It's a great slow burn horror anime with a great story, and I think horror fans will really enjoy it.
カブロさん。
気分はどう？
まあまあいいですけど。
そう。じゃあ服を脱ぎなさい。
え？何？
いいからさっさと。いや
ー！この人脱がし慣れてる！
Do me next! Do me next!
Next is Call of the Night Season 2. We have the sequel to Insomniac Vampires, and Season 2 is better than Season 1. I was a big fan of Season 1, but with Season 2, we get into the lore of vampires, and we get to see how our vampires became vampires. It's really interesting, and it really adds to the characters. We get to understand why they act this way, and it's really interesting, especially with the relationship dynamics between them. The first season was all vibes, and the second season is the lore master. I really like the vampire hunter character because she's by far the most interesting character. And I love a tough waifu. I love this season, and the series in general, and I recommend giving it a watch.
おさらけ風情。こっちにもいたよ。殺しのブレーキない人。
Next is Sakamoto Days Part 2. The first season got off to a rough start, according to the fans in the manga. I was never on the boat of the first season had bad animation. I thought it was good. But with Season 2, they definitely turned it up a notch. The animation got better, and the story got more interesting. The stakes have been raised, the characters they introduced are cool and not goofy, and I'm really liking where the plot is going. It's an overall improvement from Part 1, and it seems like most people agree. The fight scenes are great, the comedy hits, and there's just so many lovable characters. My favorite has to be the guy with the bird. He's just a bro. It's a great anime overall, and it's nice to see an anime recover with their second season.
ご飯にする？お風呂？それとも？
Next is Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus. Here we have the return of the anime title does the anime justice. When Bunny Girl Rascal first came out, no one had real expectations for it because of the title, and the trailer didn't really tell much, but it turned out to be one of the best romance drama animes of the season. I was so happy to get the second season, but I had to catch up because they had like 3 movies in between that were canon, and you had to watch it to understand this one. So of course, I watched some YouTube summaries on it. This anime has not skipped a beat. It has the same vibes as the first season, and watching the first few episodes, it brought me back to the moment when I first watched watch this series. It's a top tier romance anime because we get to see how couples grow. They get together and we get to see their continuing relationship. They started towards the end of high school and now they're in college. I love the supernatural aspect because a lot of the problems the characters are dealing with, many people go through that, and the supernatural aspect of it is just enhancing that idea. Mai has continued to show why she's one of the best girls and not many characters can top her. This is a great anime series and is definitely up there for the romance genre.
いおりって妹いるの？
ああ、一応。待て、北原。その返答は。言葉を選べ。
Next is Grand Blue Dreaming Season 2. We have the return of the college degenerates who love to drink alcohol and strip naked. I love Grand Blue, and this season is even better than the first one. The comedy is on point, we get more backstory with our characters, and a feel of their personality. There are some nice newcomers, and Lori, little sister, is an absolute menace. I love that they continue to sprinkle on little backstories and lore for our characters, and we finally understand why Lori's and Chisa's relationship isn't looked down on from their uncle, because they're cousins, but not related by blood. I highly recommend Grand Blue. It's funny, the animation's on point, there's a ton of waifus, and there's some heartwarming moments in there, and there's a life lesson or two that we could all learn from.
Oh. 待て待て待て
Next is The Rising of the Shield Hero Season 4. I like this series, but it was never going to live up to Season 1. This series has many interesting ideas, but the execution of it is a bit lackluster. Shield Hero could have been a top tier isekai, but it falls into slightly above average. This season is the same as Season 3. You know what to expect, and there's some nice ideas, but it doesn't lead anywhere. In this season, they visit the land where these animal hybrids control it, and humans are their slaves. This is also the area where they praise the Shield Hero because he was their champion. I was really excited for them to visit it and nothing really happened there. They saw some political issues and that's it. There's some nice moments when they're there, like they act the same as humans. Racism, bigotry, hatred still happens between clans. It's just very surface level. Shield Hero is a fine anime if you're into isekais. It's just boring to follow along. I feel like ever since the first season, I'm always wanting more from it and it doesn't really pan out. I'm gonna finish the season, but if they have another season, I probably will watch it. I'm already in too deep.
重い。
でも試験人になれたのも高血効果みたいなものね。
でもではありません。
Next is Secrets of the Silent Witch. Here we have Bocchi the Witch, where our main character is part of the 7 sages, who are the most powerful in the land, but she's extremely introverted and has trouble even greeting people. Her shyness holds her back, but it was also the reason why she became one of the strongest witches. She holds that title, but is sent back to school to protect the second prince. I really enjoyed this anime. It was pretty surprising. I thought it would be your average school fantasy anime, while our main character has to go through school again. It is a bit like that, but we get to see her slowly become more comfortable with her shyness, and also not reveal herself as one of the 7 sages. The animation is well done. Some of the magic that they are casting looks absolutely gorgeous, and there are some funny moments with her shyness. The only thing though I wish they changed was I wish they made Monica a little older, because she's 16, so she's right in the age range of the school that she's going to, which is not the biggest problem, but she already went through this. They could have made her like 18 or 19 or something. Other than that, it's a really good anime. I'm really enjoying myself, and I hope we get a second season.
一体何がどうなって
早速だが女父を出せ
Next is Clevatess. I was not expecting to enjoy this anime as much as I did. I thought it'd be your typical fantasy anime where our main character is overpowered. It's a bit like that, but there's more to it. The 13 heroes are sent to go kill Clevatess, and as one of the lords of the dark beast, he destroys them all. So the only rational decision for him is to attack the kingdom and wipe out humanity. But after finding a baby, he's determined to raise it and reconsider his decision to eradicate all of humanity. The characters are great in here, and I really like the art style. It kind of reminds me of an early 2000s anime. There's something nostalgic about it. The action scenes are well done, especially with these weapons. The red aura that they have around it, it looks menacing and fantastic. It's a great fantasy anime, and it's definitely one of my favorites of the season, and I recommend giving it a watch.
お前あそこのクローゼットに引っ込んでろ。
いいのかい
私だけが頼りなんだろ。
Next is Tougen Anki. Here we have a fighting anime where there's a bunch of demon-like creatures fighting for their survival against humans. Our main character Shinki is a gun enthusiast, and he gets tossed into this crazy world. Learning that he's a Oni, he must hone his abilities to get revenge on the company that took his father away. We have the classic revenge plot of our main character not knowing who he truly is and has to catch up because there's many other Onis that is also learning their craft. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't planning on watching this one. I thought it was interesting, but I thought it would be mediocre at best. but after seeing some clips and some of the characters' proportions, I had to give it a chance. And it's not bad. I'm really enjoying it. The action scenes are really nice. It reminds me of Dead Man Wonderland, where they use their blood for their abilities, and they're pretty creative with it of how characters are using it. The character designs are nice. There are some nice comedic bits here and there. It's not too much, but when they do have it, it put a smile on my face. It's an entertaining anime, and it will have more than 12 episodes, so if you haven't seen it yet, you have time to catch up.
その後私はまず魔物を
くじけろ。突然喋り出しやがって。こんな顔してるんだぞ。お前暗いし長いし、なんかモノクロになってるし。ただの第七王子にそんな話をされても困る。
Next is I Was Reincarnated as the 7th Prince Season 2. Here we have the return of our overpowered prince with the shortest short shorts and the thickest thighs. It has continued the same vibe from Season 1, and the series is pretty good. It has some of the best action scenes that's airing this year. It's mostly lighthearted, with a lot of comedic bits and chibi moments, but when they are down the box, it's fully serious, and my god, some of the magic Lloyd is doing, this boy is a monster. The magic is eye-catching, and just visually, it's so colorful and beautiful. The plot's mid, and the characters really carried this anime, but the action scenes are top tier. I recommend just checking out some of these fights. It goes absolutely insane. Next is Apocalypse Springer. Here we have an isekai reincarnation anime where our main character Takino, he dies at a young age, but he gets reincarnated into his favorite game, or a world similar to his favorite game. He has his partner in crime with him, Ato, and they spawn in the evil forest, where they're labeled as evil. So they embrace that role, they create a civilization for some dark elves that need a home. I find this anime enjoyable. I'm always a fan of the isekais, where they're working on building a civilization. They're slowly building up their land, and the neighboring countries are scared of them because of the power that they might have. And they absolutely should be, because some of these characters are beasts. The second in command Aito, some of her faces look downright evil, but she's also the best waifu there too. Takuto isn't shown as overpowered yet. With his knowledge, he's able to bring everyone up, where he doesn't have to do any of the dirty work. He is the best manager out there. He could deal with any Karen. This anime is enjoyable. It's a slightly above average isekai reincarnation anime. Some of the fight scenes look nice and can be very brutal with some of their scenes. Overall, not a bad anime. If you're into isekais, you'll probably like this one.
翌日の屋上でだ。すまない。どうやら私は君を一人の女性として好きになってしまったようだ。は
Next we have There's No Freaking Way I'll Be Your Lover, unless... Here we have a Yuri anime, where in the first episode, we get a love confession. Who doesn't love a first episode love confession? Our main character, Reneko, she wants to change her image entering high school. She's a socially anxious girl that was introverted in her early school days, so entering high school, she wants to change that. She quickly becomes friends with Mai, the top girl in the school, and joins her friend group. But after opening up to her, Mai falls in love with her. Reneko can't handle this and wants to be friends, but she's not opposed to dating someone. This is a comedy Yuri harem anime. Some of these girls got hit by Cupid. There's some funny moments in here, some secondhand embarrassed moments, and some misunderstandings that just makes your jaw drop. I'm really enjoying this anime, and our characters have depth to them. They really showcase them well, and we get to learn a lot about them. Entertaining overall, and this anime is very gay. Next is dealing with the Mikadono sisters is a breeze. For the plot of this one, our main character Yu is the son of a very talented actress that passes away. Even though he's the son of a legendary actress, he has no talent for it, or talents in anything. He's taken in by her longtime friend, who wants nothing but excellence. Yu lives with his daughters, where he becomes a housekeeper, but his goal is to build a true and happy family. I'm surprised I really enjoyed this anime. It's a comedy, romance, harem school anime that we see all the time, but the story of it is done pretty well, and they give enough time to each character, so we don't know who's gonna win. At the end, he doesn't choose any, because for now, Yu's main goal is to bring the sisters together as a family. At the beginning, they're more like roommates, but they're slowly coming together through Yu. It's obvious to the sisters that they all like him eventually, so they know there's competition, and the reactions they get are pretty hilarious. The colors are bright and vibrant, all the characters are great. They are lovable, and they're realistic for us to understand them. It's a pretty good romance anime. The harem aspect is there, but it doesn't overpower the show. Also, the house that they live in, why does it look like the house from Quintessential Quintuplets? The layout is pretty much the same. Next is City the Animation. Here we have the successor to Nichijou, and it has lived up to it. This anime is hilarious, goofy, and you never know what to expect. I love the animation in here, and it's just one of those animes where you have to just watch it. I tried describing this to a friend, and I felt like he thought I was crazy. The comedy's over the top, the characters are great, and some of the gags, I don't even know how they thought of it. There's just so much creativity here that you could tell the animators had a fun time animating it. Or it was hell, because some of these scenes, how did they do that? This is a great anime. All I have to say is just watch it.
あちこち引っ掛けるし、こんなの聞いてないんですけど。倒木があるぞ。もうやだ。もうやだ。もうやだ。
Next is Ruri Rocks. Here we have an anime about mineralogy. Our main character Ruri loves to spend her money on jewels, but since she has no money, she has to do it the old-fashioned way of digging for it. She meets Nagi, who's a mineralogist, who shows her the way and teaches her about mining for minerals. This anime is enjoyable. It's a nice slice of life with educational moments on how minerals and rocks work. It's a laid-back anime with some very tight genes and some great proportionate geologists. Damn, do all geologists look like this? I studied in the wrong field. It's nice to see a character know nothing about a hobby and slowly start getting into it by someone teaching them and actually enjoying it. It's educational and it makes mining cool. Of course, we already knew that from Minecraft, but the character Nagi might be added to one of my favorite waifus. Because of her, I love miners. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. I mean miners.
Am I in a what?
Miners like in Minecraft.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna just quit while I'm ahead.
いや待て、何も変態だと決まったわけじゃない。言い回しがあれなだけできちんと面倒を見てくれる。ボルボが出てきやがったぜ。あの変態に飼われちゃおしまいだな。商人お墨付きの変態だ。
Next is Welcome to the Outcast restaurant. Here we have a fantasy food anime where our main character is kicked out from his party and he decides to open up his own restaurant. He was the chef of the party, but of course the leader never really saw his true value. Our main character Dennis is extremely overpowered, he cooks great food, and he's always there to save somebody. It's a lighthearted anime, it's chill with some comedic moments, except for in the first episode, there was a scene that I was not expecting. Besides that one scene, the rest of it is pretty chill. The action scenes are fine, there's nothing too special about it, and same with the abilities of this world. Once you've seen the first 2 or 3 episodes, you understand the world. The characters are the best part of this anime. They're full of personality, and they really mesh well together. It's a fine fantasy anime. We see this one all the time, especially with food, but it's not bad though. Next we have With You in the Rain. This is the eye bleach anime. What I mean about that, it's just so cute. Our main character Fuji is a novelist, and when she's walking home, she runs into an abandoned dog. But it's not a dog, it's a tanuki. So she takes him home. This anime is very cutesy. The tanuki is just adorable, and everyone's just so stupid, they just accept it as a dog.
犬かな。
Some of the characters come close of revealing it, but they just can't be asked. This anime is chill, kind of like a lo-fi hip-hop vibe. I love the character designs, and the tanuki really drives a lot of the comedy. I don't think they give him a name ever. It's an entertaining anime with pets. And if you want an anime to chill out to, this is the one to watch.
よし、楽しく会話するんだ。姉もねさん、そう、ご趣味は？
酒とかね。
え？
Next is the Shy Hero and the Assassin Princesses. Our main character Toto, he is one of the strongest heroes, but due to his timid personality, he could never find a party. So we have Bochi the hero. He forms a group with 3 women that are trying to kill him, but of course he doesn't know that, and they have a pact between them to not get into each other's way when they're trying to assassinate him. It's a mid-fantasy anime. There's nothing too special about it. The best part of the anime is the characters' interactions with each other and some of the designs. Amone, it has to be my favorite. There's some nice comedic bits. Well, once you watch the first 2 or 3 episodes, you know exactly how the series is gonna go. I found some bits entertaining, but it's nothing too special.
お前ら、くれぐれも粗相はよしてくれよ。
大丈夫、この目を見て。
それスポットボブが悪いことを思いついた時の目だろ。
Next we have detectives these days are crazy. Here we have a detective anime. Our main character Nagumo, he is a washed up detective. He was an ace detective back in high school, on par with L or Light Yagami. He creates his own detective agency, where our other main character Mashiro, she wants to be his apprentice. So they go around solving stuff. This anime reminds me of Ran Kanahashi's, but only the comedic parts. This anime never gets really serious, and it's filled with gag humor. I find this entertaining. There's so many references, even I don't get all of them. And just some of this humor, it's so out there, I couldn't even believe how they thought of it. It's constantly hitting you so sometimes there's no time to laugh or even conceptualize what you just watched. It's entertaining, the dialogue's snappy, and even though they say some crazy things, it makes sense in the context. And Mashiro has to be one of the strongest characters ever in anime. She can take on anything. She is as strong as Goku. You know what? She is so strong, she turns into Goku. This anime is bonkers, and I love every minute of it. Next is Uglymug Epicfighter. For the plot of this one, our main character, Hikaru, is wrongfully convicted of a crime. He lost everything from his family, his trust in women, and withdraws from society. He stumbles on some computer ad and travels to another world where he's able to adjust his stats, but of course being the downer he is, he puts negative stats in his appearance and added some stipulations to make it a Nuzlocke challenge. But with doing so, he became extremely overpowered. In this new world, he finds a party with other people who chose to be isekai. They have to survive in this world, and we slowly get to figure out why these characters are here, because they chose to give up their past lives. This anime is nothing special. It has some enjoyable moments, but I'm always a sucker for isekais. Our main character is the ugly bastard, and maybe some of you guys like that. I'm not judging. It could be ridiculous at times. Our main character is extremely overpowered, but when he does take damage, it's in the trillions. Like, one of the things he can't do, he can't touch any women, and if he does, he loses like a fourth of his health. This anime is not memorable. It's very skippable, and we get a ton of these every seasonal anime, but I found some bright moments in it.
Do you know the boy? Why'd you hide?
Yeah, but I didn't just cute today, so I don't want him to see me.
Hey, say hello!
Mom, no, don't make me!
なんだこれ
Next is cultural exchange with a game center girl. For the plot of this one, our main character Lily is a young English girl that decides to go to the arcade on Valentine's Day. She tries to win a stuffed animal, but is having no luck. So the arcade employee Renji, he steps in and wins it for her, but with the cultural differences, she accepts it as a declaration of love. With this misunderstanding, she comes back to the arcade where they start exchanging notebooks to learn more about each other's cultures. I found this anime enjoyable. Shout out to the voice actress who knocked it out of the park with speaking both English and Japanese. It worked really well with this anime to really push the concept of them trying to exchange cultures. I like the comedic moments. There's a ton of misunderstandings, but they do get cleared up eventually. I'm a sucker for the arcade theme. I love the crane games, the gacha, and just the prizes. The characters are great. I love the design, and Lily's mom is top tier.
I don't know. よくわかりませんって意味。これ言っときゃ、とりあえずトラブルは避けられる。何の知識だよ。アメリカにでも住むの？住めたらいいな。
Next is See You Tomorrow at the Food Court. This anime is about two friends chilling at the food court. They unwind, share a meal, and just talk about their day, opinions, and pretty much about anything. It's a nice slice of life anime. I was going to skip this, but I saw a couple clips, and it's only 6 episodes, so I gave it a chance, and I watched all 6 episodes in one sitting. This anime is like when you're hanging out with your friends, you have no real plans, you just wanted to be together, and you guys enjoy each other's company. The dialogue is great between our characters, they are full of personality, and they are hilarious together. I really like the animation, and these girls be going through it sometimes. The opening's great, the TikTok dances make sense for our characters, and this is how you do TikTok dances in openings, because some animes this season absolutely failed at it. I like the ending too, when our main character Wanda was like, why do we need openings? Who watches it? Nice 4-fall break. I would say this is probably my favorite anime of summer, because it's entertaining, it's funny, and relatable. I love these characters, and I really wish we get more in the future.
兄、本当に学校行くの？
それが学生の本分だろ
やめようよ。妹は学校に行く意味を1ミリも見出せないよ。
Next is Nukitashi the Animation. This anime is a wild one. I can't believe it's not hentai. Our main character Tachibana lives on this island with his sister. But this island is special. They have a thing called pervert law, where they are implored to make love, so to say. Anytime, anywhere. But some characters, they don't want that. Maybe they're celibate, maybe they like the same gender, or they just want to do it with someone they love. But that is looked down upon. Instead of following the law, Tachibana makes his underground crew to put an end to this pervert law. This anime is something. If you ever see Shimoneta, it's the 180 of that. This anime is comedic, it's crude, and a lot of censorship. It's also inconsistent in the censorship of the dialogue. It's entertaining at least. It's just outright ridiculous. Tachibana's past is kind of funny, but also tragic at the same time. Don't watch this anime. If someone might enter your room, it's fun, ridiculous, and 18 plus only, please. Last anime is Bâan. This is a short anime film by the anime YouTuber Giga. It's about two people that leave their world behind in search of a new life. They travel through this warp gate that connects Japan and the world of euthanasia. So it's an isekai. I didn't know what to expect coming into it, and after watching it, it wasn't that bad. The animation looked good. I really like the characters, but the high point of Bâan is the music. The music slaps. It enhances the emotions that they want you to feel. It's a banger, and I need that soundtrack. With the 20-minute runtime, you can feel that this world has more to explore. From the characters to the different lands. If we ever get more from this series, I'll be excited. Shout out to Giga for creating this anime because it was definitely expensive, but no matter what the price was, he went through with his passion project. It's great to see, and we should all celebrate. And the anime was good. If you haven't watched it yet, I recommend go watch it. It's a short film, the runtime's only like 20 minutes, and it's free on YouTube. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Now here are the animes I didn't watch or dropped. First is Rent a Girlfriend Season 4. I'm kind of exhausted of talking about this anime, but I have to put it on here. This is the infamous arc in the manga that turned away fans of the series. I think I got to the beginning of this arc in the manga and I lost it. Is there anyone generally still watching this anime because they like it? The only thing I'm excited for this anime is that pool scene from chapter 218, I believe. If you know about Rent a Girlfriend, you know about that scene. I want to see the anime version of it because I just know it's going to be meme to death and I need to see it. But seriously, don't waste your time in this anime. Kazuya is the worst main character. He has a couple screws loose. Next is a couple of Cuckoos Season 2, or a couple of Cucks. I did watch the first season, and I thought it was alright. I read the manga a bit too, but I was just so done with it, even in the first season. Because I know where it's going. It's that type of comedy romance anime. Our main character is so undecisive of who he actually wants to marry or be with. And I just know he's not gonna make that choice till the very end. It just got to a point where I just didn't care anymore. And I'm pretty sure the only reason why I got into the series, because it's the same creator as Yamada and Seven Witches, and I love that anime. But this one just felt so lackluster, it was going nowhere, and I hate an indecisive main character in a romance anime. Next is Scooped Up by S-Rank Adventurer. It's a typical fantasy anime, where our main character gets kicked out from his group, but in reality he was the most helpful in the group. Lloyd is a white mage, and white mages in this universe is pretty replaceable, but he's actually crazy strong. And then another adventurer group picks him up, and they're in S-Rank, and they see the true value in him. It's alright, I probably would have finished this if I wasn't so behind on the other animes, so I had to drop this one. You know what to expect, I think I watched 3 episodes of it, and that was enough for me. Next is Reborn as a vending machine. I now wanted a dungeon season 2. I did talk about season 1 when it came out, and I thought it wasn't bad. I might have even recommended it in that video. And with season 2 coming out, I couldn't care for this anime anymore. I watched 1 episode, and the gimmick wore off for me. I'm sure it's just like season 1, and it could even be better. But I lost interest, and I was already behind on other animes that I'd rather watch the other ones than this one. The series is good enough to get a season 3, so if you're a fan of this, you're gonna get another season. Next is Watari-kun. Is about to collapse. I was kind of excited for this anime because I read a bit of the manga years ago, but I should have known better because even when I was reading the manga, it was going downhill. Our main character Nato, his life revolves around his little sister. 2 years after their parents passed away, he and his sister has been passed around from relative to relative until their aunt has taken them, but he takes on most of the responsibility for her. He's living a normal life until Tachibana comes and turns his life upside down. It's a drama romance anime with a bit of harem to it. The early episodes and chapters are really interesting because they were hinting at something sinister behind the scenes, but it's never really fleshed out. It's lackluster, and Nato is stupid. He can't decide on which girl he wants to date. His excuse is that he has no time since he has to take care of his sister, but his sister is just straight chilling. And even when he dates one of the girls, he still treats her so badly and pretty much advises for the other one. It's annoying, it's bad. Some characters just don't deserve it. It's a frustrating anime to watch. Also, in the opening, they tried their best to have their TikTok dance, and they couldn't do it. And these moves are trash. If you want to watch a romance dumpster fire, then here it is. Next is Private Tutor to the Duke's Daughter. I dropped this one after 1 episode. It wasn't that bad, but there was nothing wanting me to come back to the next episode. We've seen this type of anime before. It seems like this one was middle of the pack with the other ones in the genre. I'm sure there was decent moments in it, but it wasn't for me. Last one is Turkey. This anime was something. It's about bowling. Our main characters are part of a bowling club, and the club captain Mai just wants everyone to have fun instead of winning. But of course, one of the characters, Rina, she wants to win instead, not have fun. They argue a bit, and somehow they're isekai to their world hundreds of years before, so it's more of time travel. They have to use their bowling skills to defeat enemies and find their way back to their own time period. No one expected this to be a time travel isekai anime. The plot is absolutely ridiculous. After watching 2 episodes, I don't know where it's going, but if you watched it, let me know how it is. I'm kind of interested on seeing how it ended. And those are all the animes I want to talk about for summer 2025. Now, did this seasonal anime live up to its hype? Absolutely it did. The top end anime lived up to its hype, and there was a bunch of gems in here that really stuck with me. It got to a point during the summer that there was too many things to watch that I was behind more than usual. Almost every sequel was better than the previous season in my opinion, and some of these originals, I want another season. But that's it for this video. Let me know what animes you watch, what you dropped, and which ones I didn't talk about that you like, and everything in between in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
だからさ、今時音楽にイントロなんているって思うわけよ。いや、あの余白がいいんじゃん。っていうか曲によるっしょ。そうだけど